Chapter 5 Coal and Petroleum.
Introduction.
Nature has been the provider for living things since their evolution.
Even for our smallest of the needs, we depend on nature. Nature's resources have supported our development from the Stone Age till today. In return, are we doing anything for our planet? Natural resources. Our Earth is the only planet in the solar system that supports life. Though scientists have been searching for life on other planets, there have been no conclusive findings so far. What makes our Earth so unique? Two things which make life possible on Earth are the presence of water and its distance from the sun. The Earth is at the right distance from the sun to maintain a temperature range suitable for sustaining life. Living organisms need plenty of substances to survive. Our basic needs are food, air, water, and shelter. These needs are fulfilled by the resources available on Earth. We get oxygen from air, water from rivers, and food from plants. However, with evolution and development, our needs have increased manifold, and we utilize lots of substances found on Earth to meet these needs. These substances are called natural resources. Air, water, trees, and minerals are natural resources available to us. We use many of them in their natural form, while others are changed into more complex materials. Petrol, oil, butter, cosmetics, etc. are human-made substances which are made from natural resources. There are two main categories of natural resources: renewable or non-exhaustive resources. They are the resources present in nature which are not yet used up completely. They are present in very large amount and will not get finished by human activities. Air, water, and sunlight are non-exhaustive resources. Non-renewable or exhaustive resources. They are the natural resources in limited amounts. They may get completely used up by humans. For example, coal, petroleum, minerals, plants, and animals. Non-renewable resources take millions of years to form. Coal and petroleum are known to be formed from living organisms that existed millions of years ago. Since these are remains of ancient plants and animals, these are called fossil fuels. Let us learn more about fossil fuels. Coal. Coal is a black-colored solid fuel. It mainly contains carbon along with hydrogen and small amounts of nitrogen and sulfur. Coal is found in coal mines deep under the earth's crust and has to be dug out. In India, coal is mainly found in Bihar, Odisha, West Bengal, and Madhya Pradesh. Formation of coal. Coal formed from dense forests that existed about 300 million years ago in the low-lying areas. Due to natural phenomena like floods and earthquakes, these forests got buried under the earth's crust. Over the long period of time, more soil deposited over them, pressing and sinking them deeper into the crust. Under high pressure and high temperature, these forests slowly decomposed to form coal. This process is known as carbonization. Hence, coal is a fossil fuel that is the remains of ancient trees. Energy from coal. The main constituent of coal is carbon. There are varieties of coal depending upon the percentage of carbon in them. Coal burns in air to give energy. C plus O2 gives CO2 plus heat. Coal is not only burned to produce energy, it is also used to obtain more useful products. Destructive distillation of coal. Coal is heated strongly in a closed container in the absence of air. This process is called destructive distillation of coal and gives some useful substances. Coal gas. It is the gas released during destructive distillation of coal. It is a mixture of methane, hydrogen, and carbon monoxide. It is an excellent fuel and is used in the industries which are located near the coal processing plants. Coal gas was used to light streets initially. It was used to light street lamps in London in 1810. These days, it is mainly used as a source of heat. Coal tar. Coal tar is a thick black liquid obtained by destructive distillation of coal. It contains about 200 different compounds. These compounds are separated chemically and are used to make some important substances like drugs, paints, dyes, plastics, roofing materials, and naphthalene balls. Naphthalene balls are used to protect clothes from moths and insects. Earlier, coal tar was also used to cover the roads. These days, metalling of roads is done by bitumen, which is obtained from petroleum. Coke. Coke is a very important substance obtained from coal. It is the residue left behind in the destructive distillation of coal. When all volatile components are removed, coke is the most pure form of carbon with about 98% carbon content. It is mainly used in extraction of metals from their ores. It is also makes an excellent fuel because it gives off more heat than coal and does not produce smoke. It is also used to make steel. Uses of coal. Coal is used as a domestic fuel. It is used as a fuel for generating electricity in the thermal power plants. It is the main source of energy in India. Coal was used to run the steam engines in the past.
Coal is used to obtain coke and coal gas, which are excellent fuels.
Petroleum. Petroleum or crude oil is also a fossil fuel found deep in the earth's crust in some areas. In India, it is found in Gujarat, Assam, Bombay High, and in the river basins of Krishna and Godavari rivers. Formation of petroleum. Petroleum was formed from the remains of organisms living in oceans and seas millions of years ago. When these plants and animals died, they got buried in the sand at the bottom of the sea. Over millions of years, they got covered with more and more sand and went deeper into the earth's crust. Under high pressure and temperature, their bodies decomposed to form petroleum and natural gas. Extraction of petroleum. Petroleum and natural gas are found between the layers of impervious rocks, deep in the earth. Natural gas is always found above the petroleum. Petroleum and natural gas are extracted by drilling holes in the earth's crust. These holes are called oil wells. Most oil wells yield both natural gas and petroleum. However, some wells give only natural gas. Refining of petroleum. Raw petroleum is a thick, oily liquid of dark color. It has an unpleasant smell. It is a mixture of many substances. Petroleum is subjected to a process called fractional distillation to separate these substances. This process is carried out in oil refineries. Some important constituents of petroleum are as follows. Petroleum gas. It is the lightest component of petroleum. It is compressed into liquid form and is then called liquefied petroleum gas (LPG). It is mainly used as domestic fuel in most places in India. LPG is an excellent fuel as it produces lot of heat and does not produce any smoke. It does not leave any residue and is stored in cylinders which can be transported from one place to another easily. Petrol. Petrol is mainly used as fuel in automobiles. It is also used for dry cleaning of delicate fabrics and clothes. Kerosene. Kerosene is a heavier liquid than petrol. It is used as domestic fuel in areas where LPG is not available. Also, it is a cheaper fuel than LPG. It is used in lanterns too. A special type of kerosene is used as fuel in jet aeroplanes. Diesel. Diesel is a fuel for heavy automobiles such as trucks and railway engines. It is also used in generators to produce small amounts of electricity. Lubrication oil. It is a thick, heavy liquid used to provide lubrication in machines. Paraffin wax. Paraffin wax is used to make candles. It is also used to make Vaseline and creams. Bitumen. It is the residue of refining of petroleum. It is used for making top surfaces of roads. It is also used to line the roofs and outer walls of buildings to make them waterproof.
Natural gas. Natural gas is obtained along with petroleum from the oil wells. It is an excellent fuel. It is stored and transported under high pressure as compressed natural gas, CNG. The main constituent of natural gas is methane. Natural gas is supplied through networks of pipelines. These pipelines deliver CNG directly to residential areas for domestic use. These pipelines are operational in metro cities. CNG is also used as fuel in automobiles. Natural gas is a good fuel because of the following reasons. It does not leave any residue. It gives lot of heat on combustion. It does not produce smoke on burning. Petroleum and natural gas are also used to make many chemical substances. These are called petrochemicals. These include detergents, chemicals, plastics and fibers like nylon, polyester and acrylic. Natural gas is decomposed to produce hydrogen gas, which is used as a fuel and for making fertilizers. Disadvantages of fossil fuels. Both coal and petroleum contain carbon compounds which burn to produce heat and light. The main product of combustion of these fuels is carbon dioxide. Excessive use of fossil fuels has led to an increase in the level of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Since carbon dioxide is a greenhouse gas, it causes the phenomenon of global warming. As a result, the average temperature of the earth is increasing, which has disastrous effect on the ecological balance. Hence, it is very important to reduce the use of fossil fuels. Combustion of coal also releases oxides of nitrogen and sulfur into the air. These combine with water vapor to form acids. These acids fall down with rain. Such rain is called acid rain and it is harmful for soil, vegetation and buildings. Partial combustion of coal and petroleum fuels produces carbon monoxide, which is a poisonous gas. This is the reason one should not stay in a closed room where coal is burning.
Conservation of natural resources. Non-renewable natural resources are limited. Once used up, they will not form again in the near future. Therefore, conservation of these resources is very necessary. Conservation means saving and using a resource very carefully without wastage. Moreover, less use of fossil fuels will cause less pollution and lesser ecological disturbance. As individuals, we can take some simple steps to minimize the use of these resources. To save on fuels, we can do carpooling, use public transports, drive at constant and moderate speed, get the vehicle serviced regularly so that the engine is in good state, switch off the engine at traffic lights, use air conditioner in our vehicles only when necessary. Ensure that tires have optimum pressure.